Hello y'all. I've tried for about an hour to start this video, and my yard people, I think they're done, and then they come back, and this one guy has ridden his lawnmower over the same patch of grass for, I don't know, at least 30 minutes. He must have some good tunes playing in his ears. I don't know, but so if they come back, I apologize, but it is what it is, right? So today I wanted to do a reading. I actually want to do some channel messages from your ancestors and see who wants to come through today. So that's the message. And I don't know, I'm just feeling not guided to do this for any particular sign. It's more of a who needs to hear it will find it. You know, that's how I feel about it. Energy is a beautiful thing, and we get lots of nudges, and we feel pulled to watch certain videos over others, and I think there's a perfection in that. So I'm leaving this to the universe to tell us, or whoever wants to see it or needs it or whatever. So here we go. I've already shuffled and prepared my decks, but I'm hearing shuffle more, and okay, so we will get this thing going here. All right, so this will be, my intention is, unless Spirit tells me otherwise in the middle of the reading, my intention is this will be about your person or people who come through today. And yeah, thank you. And so that's my intention here, and then this will be potentially a message for you from them. Sometimes it's about, this ends up being a reading about what's going on in your life as a way of your ancestors validating this message is for you and that they are indeed coming through. It's like saying, hey, we want you to know that this is for real, so we're giving you all this information because we see it. We see what you're doing, what's going on in your life. Okay, so let me quit yakking here and tune in to some energies. I am getting, thank you, and as I said, I was about to say, I'm getting a child or potentially two children with an adult figure, mother or grandmother, or could be an aunt relative, but she is, holding the hands and showing me she is there on the other side with these two children that I believe are family members. And this is very specific for somebody. I'm not certain that one of these children, how do I say this? This may have been someone who aborted a child, and one of these spirits is one of those, or is that abortion, and then one of them is an actual child that has crossed over. I'm getting the older child is a young girl, I'm going to say 8, 9, 10, something like that. The younger spirit was a boy child. You may or may not have known that, actually, if this message is for you. Okay. I'm just shuffling because it's nervous. Not nervous energy, but just, something to do with my hands while I'm tuning in here. Thank you, Spirit. And I've never been drawn to this, so this is how I know this message is coming through. These children, this represents the children's father, and I feel like I've never even really noticed the sailboat in the background. So I feel like the message here is this person what I'm getting is this father of these children was potentially in the military, specifically maybe in the Navy or Coast Guard, something that had to do with working around the ocean. Now, he could have just had an occupation that meant he was working, on a ship or in the ocean or around the ocean somehow. That is telling me that that's the father. Yeah, let me tune in just another minute here. I'm actually going to get another card on this, a couple more cards here before I speak. It feels to me like the message is the woman that's the spirit that's representing, that's still here, you, the viewer, who's picking up this message, that might have been the mother of this, these children, and specifically this child who was aborted. I feel like you had to make a difficult choice, that you made the choice to pursue a career at the time that this happened. It was, I feel like you were at a crossroads, and it wasn't that you didn't want the child, but you had to make a choice, and you chose to go forward with your career. And it feels to me like it was, obviously it was not an easy choice. It was not something you necessarily wanted to do, but you didn't just do it for yourself. Here's what I'm getting. It was for a greater good than just your personal career path. It feels to me like you might have even been the breadwinner for your family. And, you know, because I don't get the sense that this dad was around that much, if at all. And that you were the breadwinner, and you had to take care of your whole family, and you knew that that if you brought this child into the world, that you couldn't give it the proper upbringing and focus, and you didn't think at the time that you could financially provide for this child. And so you chose to, and this tells me again, I should have picked that up, but that's probably why I felt that way, because you were single. And so you focused on your career, because this Nine of Pentacles represents someone who is single and abundant, and has achieved a lot of goals in their lifetime. And specifically in career and money, of course, it does mean that, but in all areas. Thank you, Spirit. So your intuition told you when this happened, pardon me, that it was the right thing to do, and it was for the good of it was what was going to be able to give you the opportunity to provide for the future, for, you know, and it was like it just was the best decision you made for your family. It wasn't just you. I keep hearing that over and over again. But what I'm wanting, what these spirits are wanting me to bring out here, is to comfort you, because I think you've always looked back and wondered about that decision and questioned yourself. So these spirits are coming in to tell you that you had a soul contract. This card is about agreements, coming together, community, contracts, and what's leaping off, that word contract is leaping off of this card to me. It's that it's almost like, and let me bring this closer so you can see this. And this is the Light Seer deck that I'm using here. And in this representation of the Three of Pentacles card, there's the man standing behind this. It looks like a weaving, and both of these young women and these children are weaving and creating this tapestry. Well, the image, the message that I'm getting from this is you're on one side of this and they're on the other. Very clearly, is no accident that, you know, that we've got two children here, even though this is a man. You know, and I guess this could be for a man, this message. I got a female viewer, but it could also be a male viewer. And so this is symbolic of life and the afterlife, or the veil that separates this world from the other world. And I apologize, I hear the lawnmower coming back again. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. But that's what I feel like, and you know, you're looking, you know, you're looking down at the work that's being done here and so forth, and that's just giving affirmation to the fact that even though, here's the message I'm trying to get out and not doing it very well, even though you and these children are on opposite sides of, let's put this in air quotes, reality. You're not really. You're all weaving a tapestry in the in the big picture. Because, time is not relevant, and we come here to interact with people and make choices and live our lives, and then we go back into the non-physical and we see those people again and we reunite. And so their message to you is, you and these children had a contract before you ever came in to this lifetime, and they are telling you they knew, especially this child that you chose to abort. This child knew that was their path when you became pregnant. They knew that, and they accepted that, and in fact they volunteered for that soul mission, if you will. That was their gift to you, because that's what we do on the other side. Before we incarnate, we have agreements, soul contracts that we make with all kinds of people from our past that we've had many lifetimes with. And sometimes we're the quote good guys, and sometimes we're the bad guys, but we're all here to help each other learn, pardon me, and to grow and to evolve spiritually. And so that's what we do for each other, no matter how short or how brief our life is here. And so this spirit wants you to know that it's okay, that they knew what they were doing, that it was okay. There is no forgiveness needed. You, if anything, need to forgive yourself for thinking there was forgiveness needed. No forgiveness needed. That's what I keep hearing. No forgiveness needed. That was a contract that you had coming in, and that soul knows that. And oh yes, and the high priestess, she represents things that are not, just backing up the message, things that are hidden from obvious view. So these spirits, although they're hidden from you because they're on the other side of the veil, as we are living here in the 3D, but they very much are connected with you. Every day they see what you're doing. They know what's going on in your life. I believe this about all the spirits, because I bring through these messages and you wouldn't believe the things that come through to substantiate that. And so they're just reiterating that they are seeing you, they're loving you from the other side, and they want you, this is, just a second, they're giving me this message. Yes, they want you to find some time to get quiet. They want you to, they're trying to comfort you, and they want you to feel them. So they want you to take some time to quiet yourself. If you know how to meditate, just sit in meditation. If not, just sit. Find a quiet time and space to sit quietly, close your eyes, go within, breathe deeply, and just feel, ask to feel them. Ask to feel them. Ask them to make themselves known to you. And then just try to be very, very neutral, and, just don't have any expectations. That's where we get into trouble. But feel, just tune in to what comes to you. Is just any number of things. It could be smells, it could be a message, it could be, you could be seeing pictures in your mind's eye when you close your eyes. You probably can't see it, but they are very faint eyeballs right here behind her closed eyelids. So there's all kinds of things that could happen, and for them to be able to comfort you and let you know that they are there and with you. Wow, that's kind of a deep message here, but it is what it is. Is there anything else, Spirit? Let's move on to my person over. Well, actually, I'm not getting much from this older child, and I'm not sure why she was here, other than maybe to just let you know. So that may give you affirmation about, so that you will know this is your message. Okay, this feels like your message. Yes. So now, I guess we're moving on now. And I was actually going to use another deck, or maybe that's the bridging energy. Let me see how this plays out. Spirit's always got a plan. I don't. I just show up. So, okay, thank you. So now they're giving me messages that they see what's going on in your life, and they're going to tell this story now, so you can substantiate that this is your message. So what I'm seeing is someone in the dark crying and feeling left out of the cold. Maybe your money hasn't been good. Maybe you're just feeling alone, and I hear somebody questioning, why have I done all this? What has it been for? It hasn't brought me happiness. I still feel alone, and I'm feeling that, and my heart is very, very heavy, and my heart goes out to you. But what Spirit is saying is, but either recently or you're about to have something come into your life that it can be an offer, but it's learning. This is a Page of Pentacles, and he is about learning and growing. And then we have the Justice, which is, it can be karma, but in this case I feel more like it's a balancing. It's a balancing of energy and a balancing of emotions. And let's see what else Spirit has to say first before I get too far down the road here. Okay, yeah, and as I said that, I was, which I rarely am in the middle of shuffling, I was guided to flip the deck over, and the Six of Pentacles, which is another card of balance. Yeah, and this is perfect, because when I'm guided to do that, there's a message there. So the Six of Pentacles is again another card of balancing. You know, if it was a relationship, it could be other things, but I'm not getting that sense here. What they're saying to you is they see that you have been going through a lot of transformation. This is the Death card. It means death and rebirth. So an ending, which could also be a beginning, which is interesting because it's going to fall right under this Page of Pentacles, which is something new coming in. I'm getting here, you could also be a Scorpio, but not necessarily. And they're encouraging you to be strong, to get in touch with your strength. And I feel like you've had to be so strong in your life because, again, that you felt to me like you were the breadwinner, that you were the matriarch of your family and the go-to person, in effect. And what they're saying to you is, in many times, you didn't have the luxury. I'm feeling guided to put it that way. You didn't feel like you had the luxury of opening your heart and doing what you wanted to do, and maybe even being in love and exploring more romantic options. That's what it's feeling like to me. It feels like you just instead had to be strong. And so Spirit is saying it's time for you to have a new perspective. This is the Hangman. It's like you've been kind of hanging there in that regard for quite a while, feeling like things weren't moving and weren't happening. And that's why I was drawn to the heart. And what they're saying is it's time for you to get a new perspective now. It's time for you to open your heart. It's time, because there's a new beginning in love coming. And Spirit's really wanting me to emphasize this heart in the middle of this cup. That's your heart, and you need to open it. You need to understand that being strong is important, but real strength is sharing that love. You see how it's pouring out of the cup? Real strength is sharing the love that is in your heart. And when you learn to do that and you open up, there's a Page of Wands here, which is a new exciting beginning, passionate beginning that's coming in for you. Excuse me. And the temptation is going to be, because this can mean the devil can mean restriction. It can mean addictions, but what I think it means in this case, I feel, is you're addicted to being restricted because of how you've had to structure your life and how you've had to always be strong and not have the luxury of, or feeling that you have the luxury of operating from your heart. So that's what I feel that means, is just that addiction there to that lifestyle. And I apologize, the lawnmower's right underneath my window. Hold on. I thought he was done. My goodness, he's doing a thorough job. I'll give him that. Let's see if Spirit has anything else for us here. What else would you like to tell this or these viewers, please, Spirit? What else would you like to tell my viewers? Yes, and they're saying soon, I feel like, yeah, this is about choice and making plans and choosing. And I feel like this is representing you, that all of your life you felt like you had to sit and look out the window at other people's maybe happiness or romance or things that you didn't feel you had the luxury of pursuing. It's just bringing that same message back again. Oops, and this wanted to come out. Yeah, again, it's reiterating. You had to make choices in your life. You had to make choices. And at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. You had to make difficult choices in your life that you felt maybe you couldn't have this Ten of Pentacles, which is, the happily ever after, the family, the children, the dog and the white picket fence kind of situation, or happily ever after. But what Spirit is saying is you've been healing, and I feel this means you've been healing past life karma, whatever that was for you. And you probably don't remember it. Most people don't, but the message, and that's a rare message for me to necessarily get in one of these readings, but that's strongly what's coming through. So take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, it just wasn't meant to be your message. But underneath that, what's driving this and encouraging you to continue to be strong and continue to heal is this Ten of Wands. That is a very, very heavy burden. That's, like this has been for you, this heavy burden. But it's saying the tens reset to aces, which are new beginnings. And it's saying that you're at the end of this journey. You're at the end. You're at the very, very end, and you're going to be able to put down these burdens. And I think that's a beautiful message. Yeah, and it's saying don't fool yourself. This is the card of deceit. Don't deceive yourself into thinking that you cannot do that. This is the message I'm feeling like it's tied energetically to this Ace of Cups. Don't let your past programming and your past decisions and things you've had to do to deceive you or trick you. I feel like this is a lot about ego in our 3D, what we have to do to get by in the world. Don't be tricked by that into thinking, well, I can't do that. I'm just never going to, I just need to stay in this old programming of, sacrificing and doing what I have to do. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Let me put this back out here. It wants you to be this Queen of Wands. It sees and acknowledges that you have been independent. She's enthusiastic. She's creative. She's about, passion of different kinds, and they recognize that in you. But that also can be passionate love as well. And look who's here. So maybe they're telling you to get your heart ready, open your heart, because you have a king coming. And of course, gender is not relative, but in this case, I felt this was a message for a female. Because you've got a King of Wands coming and you're leaving behind. This Six of Swords means you're walking away from all of this. You have the potential to walk away from this old life where you've had to sacrifice so much and leave that behind. I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. And I think I'm going to stop there unless Spirit has anything else. Let me ask one more time if Spirit has anything else. I'll call from this other deck. This is getting a little long here. Anything else, Spirit, you'd like to say to my viewers, please? Anything else that you'd like to say to my viewers? Well, and at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups. And I think the Nine of Cups is even better. This is wish fulfillment because, and I wasn't planning to pull the card below it, but I just couldn't help but see the world. Yes, this, the world is journey's end, right? Journey's end and the start of something new, the beginning of something new. And the Ten of Pentacles, oh my goodness, this is so good. Yeah, you're done with your healing. It's time for your wishes to come to fruition here. I just think that's a beautiful reading, and I'm going to leave it at that. I appreciate, for those of you who tuned into this and stayed to the end, I appreciate you very much. I hope this was comforting for someone out there, even if it's just one person who resonated with this message. I appreciate your time, and if it did, I would also appreciate you hitting that like button and subscribing if that feels like a fit for you. And that's it. I hope that you will tune back in when I have more of these messages, and I thank you for watching. Thank you all very much, and take care. Bye-bye.